Frederica from
Hey,
Live Now.
hey, nice meeting you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling in the house.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope you're
What about
recovering well after your surgery.
what about you? Yeah, I mean, it was a very. I had the very big issues with my back because I had to make the surgery on my hernia, and actually, I would like to advise all of the guys that they work out in the gym to be really careful because I thought that I can lift whatever I want, but in the same time we have a body. We're not robots. That's why I hurt myself, and yeah, I'm still recovering.
Yeah, it's good to hear that you're recovering. It's always like obviously like very dangerous. Everyone always has to like watch out what they're doing in the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, just guys, be careful about it because we're human beings. We're not robots.
Yeah, but it's great to have you here. Thank you again so much for your
Thank you
time.
so much. It's
We're
great for me.
obviously very excited about the concert coming to Live Now.
Yeah.
And to start off, you've obviously had a really successful career as both an actor and a singer. But we're wondering what first inspired you to pursue these careers?
I mean, it's a weird story because I've always wanted to just be an actor. Yeah, but after 365, and I had the opportunity to work on the soundtracks of the movie. I've discovered a really big passion inside me, which was actually writing songs because I've done Feel It, Watch Me Burn, Hard for Me, and Darkroom for 365, and just by being in the studio, and being working with amazing people, I've discovered that wow, I can do it. I can really do it. So that's how all started.
Yeah, it's all a creative process. Was there ever like a time when you were younger where you thought like this is what I want to do? Was it always like your dream job or did you always think different?
I mean, my dream job was always to be an actor, right? But I grew up in a family full of women because I have three sisters older than me, and the three of them were professional dancers.
Okay.
So every day I was in the middle of music because I remember I used to be young. I was very young, and they used to jump and dance for all over the house. So I grew up with this, with this thing in my head, with music in my head. They used to put me on sleep. I remember with the Queen, with Freddie Mercury, with the Beatles. They used to put me asleep with this big headphones in my ear just to make me relax, to not make me cry. So actually, I was born with the music culture, let's say. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I've
that's
actually always had I've always had in my life, the feeling that music always was a very big, had always a very big impact on myself because it always helped me in the very down moment, to stand up again.
yeah, music is very personal.
Very personal. Actually, there is in the world of the medicine something called music therapy that they help people with, for example, anxiety or depression. There's something called music therapy that they, with the music, they just help the people's mind, to recover, a little bit. And this is
Yeah,
amazing to me.
that's such an interesting thing.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
You've obviously had a very successful career so far, so congratulations with all the projects that you have lined up.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
and you've also gathered such a huge social media following. How do you feel about all the social media attention that you've gathered so far?
I mean, wow, it's a nice, it's very nice question. I mean, it's a kind of, I always start from the point that I really love my fans. I really love all of my fan page. That they sometimes we text each other. How are you? We're good. I send hearts to them. I really love my fans, as I said, but in the same time, I'm a really a big fan of privacy, so that's why a lot of people don't know much about my private life, because actually it's a private life, right? So I really appreciate all of, because you have to know that now my fans, Michele Morrone's page, and all of my fans, all of my followers, they become a kind of family to me, right? So I hone them. I feel that I hone them, explanation about my life sometimes, but sometimes I like to keep a bit of privacy for myself, because I've always want to keep that little bedroom in my head that I can feel, relaxed about it. But I really love them, because if if it wasn't for them, I wasn't gonna be here. If I didn't like my work, if they don't like my movies, if they don't like my music, I wasn't gonna be here. So I hone them a lot.
Yeah, of course. Fans are always important to any artist. And whenever you have like any like downtimes and stuff, it's always really nice to have them to keep you going and keep you being inspired.
Of course, of course. Actually, whenever I work, I always, for example, whenever I work on a script or on a song, I always I'm telling myself, does my fans might like the song, So it's like a bond that we have with each other, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but obviously, like the most gratifying feeling in the world is probably to like put something out as an artist and have so many people love it and appreciate it and connect on that level.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like it's nice feelings, because I became famous for a movie, and not because I'm a serial killer. So many people, they become famous because they do something weird. I did a movie, I did my album, and that's it. And it's so nice, the feeling that when a fan texts me on Instagram, for example, your song makes me feel good. That's the best feeling an artist can ever get.
Yeah, of course. And your career is just starting, so we'll all see a lot more from you.
Oh
Is
yeah.
there what's something that fans can expect from your upcoming concert on Live Now?
See, it's been a year that I'm not performing on stage, so it's been a year that this energy is growing up inside me so much. So I think that on stage I'm gonna kind of explode from the emotion that I'm gonna get, because it's been a year that I can't wait to be on stage, and they're gonna expect. I think that they should expect, first of all, good music. Second of all, an hour of totally, mind free, and third of all, an explosion of my energy, because I really couldn't wait to be on stage again.
And that leads really well into our next question. What does performing on stage mean to you?
It means being the real me, because by acting, you're always performing someone else. You're performing a lawyer, you're performing, I don't know, a doctor or serial killer or someone else. But being on stage and performing my own songs, it means taking out what I have inside myself. And the way I sing is just an explosion of emotion that they are inside myself. So for me, it's really important to be on stage, because I can prove myself that I can be myself, other than acting, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're like two very different careers, but they also kind of like intertwine really well. So it's really
Exactly.
interesting how with music you can like be yourself more, express yourself, and then with acting, it's all about like having more fun and playing characters that you wouldn't like normally yourself.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
cool.
I mean, as I said, like, every time I'm studying a new character, I always say I put a little bit of myself during the during the script, when I studying a script. But actually, I'm working on someone else's psychology. With the music, I'm working on myself. I'm working on my emotion. I build up a song from zero, right? Lyrics, music, and everything. So I can completely be myself, even because music is a way to me to feel free.
Yeah, for sure. So you'll be launching a new single called Beautiful that will also be featuring in your concert Dark Room and More. Can you tell us what the song represents and your inspiration behind it?
You're talking about which one?
So your new single Beautiful is coming out on the 5th of March.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And
I mean, this song. Yeah, the song. It talks about the power of love when we don't accept love, expect love, right? So it talks about a person that is living fine without any problem, anything, but and he's not expecting for love to come in his life. So sometimes when we fell in love with someone, we're not really ready to fall in love with someone. Actually, the more we search for love, the more we don't find love.
yeah, that's
Like
true.
a
It's when you
Yeah,
least expect it.
exactly. So I always say that you know try to find love is like try to see try, like wait for a very boring hour in school to finish. It's never gonna finish, right? So this song talks about the power of love, that no matter what you do when you're not thinking about love, love always helps you in any way.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the strongest thing out there to keep us going.
It's it's I mean it's the most stronger thing that we can ever feel, but in the same time we don't see it, we just feel it. So it's a bomb of emotion, and sometimes you feel it's right, it's wrong. You fight, you laugh. Sometimes I feel that people that are in love with each other, they're kind of uh, drunk, but it's a nice feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And you did, obviously, as a singer, you've also covered film soundtracks, which is really cool to connect your two careers together. What
Yeah.
would your dream collaboration be for a future movie soundtrack?
I'm working on some project for a future collaboration. But I still don't want to say anything because like I hope that this is gonna happen very soon.
Yeah, so it's still early stages, but we can expect some new film soundtracks from you.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
We'll be keeping an eye out for sure.
Of course, I'm gonna keep you updated.
And as an actor, what's the next project that you would love to work on next?
Well, that's a nice question. I mean, there's many projects that I would like to work. I would say, which role would you like to play? Not a project.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try to discover a role of someone, the psychology of someone that cannot speak, it's speechless, right? So just by acting someone who can act, actually live his life, live his emotion and his feeling just by his eyes, because he has this deficiency, which is the speechless. All right. So I would like to play a role of someone that cannot talk.
Okay. That will be very challenging, but very like
Very.
gratifying to add your to your
I'm not an easy person. I don't like easy projects, to be honest.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
I always think that life it's a match. So I don't like to stay in my comfort zone too much, because I feel that the more you stay in the comfort zone, the more you don't grow up. Whenever
Yeah.
you go out from your comfort zone, maybe it might be very difficult, but once you finish, the project in your difficult zone, you have a much bigger background, right?
Yeah, you'll have like a lot more experience, like trying out different things, and it's always good to have a challenge. If you always stay in your
Exactly.
comfort zone, everything gets boring.
Yeah, but if you think about, if we always stay in our comfort zone, we don't live for real. I mean, we don't discover anything anymore. And I feel that a life should be lived from A to Z, not from A to H, from A to, I don't know, R, right?
Yeah. And is there a dream director that you'd like to work with?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I would love to work with Martin Scorsese, for example,
Yeah,
or
of
with
course.
Tim Burton. I mean, they're. I mean, they're so huge. Yeah, but I think that nothing is impossible in life. I
Yeah,
mean,
for
you're talking
sure.
with someone that was a gardener 1 year and a half ago.
Yeah, everything changes. You never know what's
Yeah.
for.
You know,
And
I wake up in the morning telling myself, what the fuck is going to happen today? You know?
yeah,
So,
every day has like a new surprise in store, especially like
yeah, yeah. I feel my life is a movie sometimes.
yeah, well, that's the best feeling.
Yeah.
And what's something that you've learned about yourself creatively during the past year in lockdown?
Well, actually, yes. During the lockdown, I stayed for like 2 months alone in my house. Before this house, I used to have like a smaller house of 40 meters square. And I've did so many things. For example, like studying guitar every day, playing guitar, paint every day, cooking. I don't know what. But the most bigger thing that I've learned during the lockdown is that sometimes when we talk with people, we we ask, for example, how are you? We're not really asking how are you. Like we don't really want to know how is he, how is she. So, and what I've learned is to ask for real, how are you? Like I want to know about you. And the most biggest thing and most helpful thing that I've learned is to listen. Because most of the time when we talk with people, we just wait for the other person to finish to tell them what we think about, and we don't listen. So during the lockdown, I understood the power of listening to someone else, right? Because by listening to someone else, you can really learn a lot. And I'm like a sponge. I love to learn. I love to study, and I think that the most beautiful teacher in life is the human being.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. And as a final question, is there any advice you give your fans who are looking to work in the creative industries, especially during this difficult time?
Well, just my. I mean, I don't know if I'm in the position to give advice, but I can try. I mean, the the bigger advice I can give to my fans is that they always in life wake up in the morning and have a goal, have a dream, have a passion. Because if you don't have passion in life, if you don't have a dream, if you don't have a goal, you're you don't know where you're going, right? You just wake up in the morning and what, I make breakfast, I mean lunch, but then you don't have a goal and you're wasting your time. So the biggest advice I can give to one of my fans, which I love them, is have a goal, have a dream, have a passion, because the passion keeps you alive.
Yeah, well, those are really good words.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us
so
today.
much to you. Thank you so much to you.
We wish you all the best. Good luck with your
Thank you.
concert. And
And let me know what you think about the concert. I'm
yeah,
really
of
curious
course,
about it.
I'll be
Okay?
watching.
I will be waiting for you, all right?
Yeah, it was nice to meet you. To everyone watching, thank
Bye.
you so much for tuning in. You can catch Michele on Live Now for Darkroom and more on March 11th.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a good day and good
You
luck for
too.
your career.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.